Good morning, my name is Lorrie. Welcome to my channel, We Are Quilters. Today, for BLABFEST Friday, I have several topics, some that I forgot last week, some that are brand new. I'm sitting at my dining room table having a morning cup of coffee in one of my favorite Hershey Park mugs, so we can just chat about things that I want to chat about. The best progress I made this week was finishing the last block, this cute little cardinal for the Christmas quilt that I started way back in 2016. So now the blocks are all finished. I just need to assemble it so it looks like this little black and white picture. I think I can handle that by the next time I see you on a BLABFEST Friday. I have been busy cutting and bagging little block kits for my Sew Lock Homes series that I'm going to share with you sometime in October. I'm working hard to get it done so I can make the blocks ahead of time. I hate it when someone gives out directions that are not correct to a block project. So I'm working very hard to make sure that I have everything just perfect for you when I set up those PDFs so that you can print them for free. Anyway, so that's what I have been busy doing. What have you been busy doing? Please leave me a comment. I love to read your comments and see what you've been up to. I showed you last week a big bin of fabrics that I got for $2, and I left a couple of things off from that bin because it had, most of the fabric had copyright 1996 on the salvages, and that was before they put the color dots on the salvages, but they put the company name. So in that bin, I found two other things that were noteworthy. First of all, there was this bag. I know you all love a mystery. And in this bag, there are pre-cut strip sets and lots of, I'm going to call them homemade jelly roll strips. So I will make a charity quilt with those. The most interesting thing, I think, was in the bottom of the tote. It was this receipt from 1996. Look at the price of a 2-liter bottle of soda, 89 cents, and Michigan was doing a deposit, a 10-cent deposit then too, but 89 cents. A 2-liter of soda is now over $2. Craziness. Oh, the good old days. So yard sales are becoming scarce. Not very many. They're few and far between. And this week was not about sewing at yard sales. I did pick up some good books for a dime for paperbacks and a quarter for hardback books. Those are the right prices for books at a yard sale. Yes, I picked up a cookbook on how to make your own sauerkraut. My husband is worried. But that's beside the point. I just want to see. I'm curious. Can't help myself. So we stopped at Vinnie's, a thrift store in St. Vincent de Paul in West Branch while we were out and about. And I did find some yardage. This green is a lovely 2-yard piece, $2 a yard. Can't pass that up. And I found these vest panels. They're a yard each panel. They cost a whole $1. Now I know this is not top of the line fabric and it's from 1996. That seems to be the theme. But I know that I can get lots of little pieces from this yardage. I can cut the vests up and use the colorful pieces like regular fabric. Do you use the word parts? I like to use the instruction parts in quilts too for background fabric because the words add interest. And if you cut them up small enough to 2.5 or 1.5 inch pieces, you don't really know what they come from unless you were there when I was making it. So tell me, do you use the word parts? It is fabric after all, and you do pay for that. Just curious. And when I was cutting up these lovely vests, I only have a 12-inch ruler, and my other biggest ruler is down to a 6.5. I needed an 8.5-inch square. So I marked off, I wanted to fussy cut and get it centered just right. So I marked off my 12.5-inch ruler using tape from the Dollar Tree, craft tape. It comes right off, no sticky residue. And I was able to get my little block the right size. Do you mark your rulers this way? This is $1.25, you got 5 rolls, 25 cents a roll. And the little bit that gets wasted, no big deal. And it's not wasted if it's useful and helpful and gets your project going. So do you mark your rulers this way? Or I've been using a Sharpie on some of mine. Comes right off the top with fingernail polish remover because the numbers are marked underneath. Doesn't hurt the ruler a bit. And if you're fussy cutting, it helps you get the same part for all the blocks that you need. So do you mark on your rulers with a Sharpie? I mark on all kinds of things with a Sharpie. Carry one in my pocket all the time. The last thing I have to show you, and I know this is your favorite part. Hang on a second, I need a drink of coffee. I know this is your favorite part. It is work from other people. Diana in Colorado sent me a picture of her embroidered wall hanging quilt, and it has all gnomes and garden themes. And I got to thinking, I just bought, not too long ago, a pattern for a friendship quilt that is very similar to this one that Diana sent pictures of. Hers has more humor. Mine's more serious friendship. But I just bought this quilt pattern, and I'm going to take it back to West Virginia so that I can use my fancy schmancy light box to draw the pattern out on the fabric. But let's take a look at Diana's quilt because it is very cute. I will voice over and read the blocks to you. I had to super zoom in and edit the pictures so that we could see each little gnome. What an adorable wall hanging that will be. She says she's going to hang it above an antique garden bench. Thank you, Diana, for sharing with us. This says, no worries, be happy. There's no one like you. Hanging with my gnomies. And my favorite one, Country Roads Take Me Gnome. And we'll see you on Upskill Monday for the Vines Revisited embroidery. These are very cute. Didn't know that this was in this book. Would have made my life much easier if I had found this before I made all those vines years ago and showed you on camera the vine that I used. So see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Please remember to like and subscribe to help my channel grow.